Okay, so I see what's going on, but I don't like it. Gary Russell, excuse me, Mr. Gary Russell Jr. continues to call out top shelf, top tier boxers, but we're not really getting much traction from it. So let Boxing Ego talk about it in this video. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. I see what's happening in the game, and I don't like it. So Gary Russell ended a long, dry spell of inactivity. Congratulations to him. I thought he looked sharp, right? Considering coming off an injury, coming off of that long of a layoff, he looked intact. Not surprising to me, because when you're a fundamental fighter, which Gary Russell is, you tend to retain that. And I've seen him at fights and stuff like that, and in between, he looks like he stays active even if he's not fighting. He looks like when you ever seen Gary Russell with a pot belly and he's just walking around through the ringside for somebody else's fight? I haven't seen it, so that's a plus. Fundamental plus maintaining your body, not like drinking and doing all this stuff where you look like Uncle Buck, you know what I mean? So I didn't really doubt that a person like that would be able to snap back and jump into it. It wasn't the highest caliber of opponent or anything, but that's what's supposed to happen. You've been out the game for 3-4 years almost, right? You're not supposed to just jump straight in and get a title shot. However, he shook off the cobwebs, looked great, got a stoppage on a major card, and now he's calling out people. He's ready to get right back to it. These people, he did an interview with Cigar Talk, and he called out Shakur Stevenson. And he had this to say about Lamont Roach. Now, he went old school. He got the milk carton. He put a missing poster, and it has Lamont Roach's face. Lamont Bullet Head Roach. Like, he tripping with the bullet head. That's funny. Lamont Bullet Head Roach, 29 years old, height, NA, weight, same weight class as Gary Russell, Mr. Gary Russell. Hair color and length, don't give a F, right? And it says, last seen ducking the smoke. Have you seen this person? If you have any information, please contact or call Gary Russell Jr. or his promoter. Wow. Now, for the caption, he says, I find it funny your gym name is, quote, no excuse, but you have a lot of reasons why you won't fight me, my boy. And he put hashtag Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach, the only thing he replied with is the crying emoji. And Gary Russell on his ad said, it's not even duck season and you out here ducking. Let's go, Gary Russell Jr. Now, I told you, in the world of boxing, Gen Z fighters are messing the game up. Gone are the days where you pull up to someone's gym or hop in the ring. Now it's like these social media games, bro. And boxing is losing that feeling when this occurs, right? And I'm going to explain it. Now, Shakur Stevenson, I ain't really heard much from him regarding Gary Russell Jr. I know they sparred in the past, but now he's being called out. I'll give him a bit more time because the interview with Cigar Talk was more recently published. So I don't know. Maybe Shakur will respond. So I want to focus more on Lamont Roach. And it's a shame. You got Lamont Roach who's parading around and he's like, you have a draw. You are off of a draw. And you're going around gallivanting around like you won the fight and hype off of the notion that some people think you could have won the fight. But here's how that works, right? When you have someone like Tank, he got a lot of support, but he also got a lot of haters. So you have content creators who make frequent content about Tank Davis and it's all negative. And then they love Devin Haney. They love Shakur Stevenson. So they're Haney-act or they're one of the Inshakurs, right? So, of course, people are going to take those opportunities to try to dish on Tank. Same thing with fans. So if there's a quote controversy like hair grease, knockdown, you're going to have senseless people who are just in the way. And they're like, yeah, Lamont Roach won the fight. Some of the people who are saying that ain't even watched the fight. They can't even tell you what rounds they gave Lamont Roach. So I don't care what people are saying, because the reality is the fight was a draw. Neither fighter showed immense separation where it looks like, oh, I'm Lamont Roach, I'm on a different level. Lamont Roach even said, oh, I hit him with a shot. Listen to the noise. I'm not saying I hurt him. I'm not saying he was hurt. So what are you saying? You're saying that it should have been a knockdown. Cool. Maybe you have an argument. But the person in charge, the referee, didn't score the knockdown. You went the rest of the rounds, and it was never rectified then and there. So guess what? The fight played out how it played out. The scorecards were what it was. It is over. You clearly, if you think this is the biggest controversy in boxing history, you clearly don't know boxing. That is a fact. Because Manny Pacquiao dropped Juan Manuel Marquez 3 times in the first round. One of the judges tallied it up incorrectly, which would have given Pacquiao the win if they would have tabulated their scorecard and given credit for 3 fair knockdowns. So Pacquiao actually got, these weren't questionable. He actually dropped Marquez, right? And guess what? Because one judge added up their score wrong or whatever, the fight was announced how it was announced. The fight was a draw, and to this day, it remains a draw. Look it up on BoxRec. So I don't understand this. But back to Gen Z. You got someone like Lamont Roach. His claim to fame is now, oh, I gave Tank a tough fight, or coulda, shoulda, woulda, so to speak. And now we don't know exactly what's going on with Tank. Lamont Roach said he's done waiting, and he's sick of waiting for Tank, and he's not going to hold up his career. But then he's acting high and mighty when he's being called out by someone else, which I feel like would be a great consolation fight if the Roach-Tank fight, the rematch, is not next. Tank, he got legal issues. He got things outside of the ring. Let that handle. I mean, if he picks you, he picks you, and we get the rematch, cool. But if that, you said you're not waiting, fight Gary Russell Jr. and then make Tank wait. You see what I'm saying? But instead, Lamont Roach is putting crying emojis and laughing and publicly saying, I'm not fighting him because what do I look like fighting Gary Russell? As if he's like high and mighty. It's kind of like having a homie and he get a corporate job for 2 months, and then you hit him up and say, hey, me and the fellas, we going to get a slice of pizza from this place we always link up and get a slice of pizza. But now, because he's making a little bit more money at his new job, he's too good for the pizza. I don't eat at places like that, you know. And he's acting sedity, and he's acting like uppity. You know what I mean? That's what Lamont Roach, in essence, is kind of doing. You know what I mean? No one even knew who you were for real, outside of hardcore boxing fans. Tank put you on the map by even selecting you. You have this fake win, which was really a draw, which Tank really should have won the fight, in my opinion, because Roach started off slow. But either way, neither guy showed much separation, and that was that. And instead of just embracing that and pushing for the rematch, if you can't get it, look at your other options, he's laughing off an option that I would pay to see. I want to see it. You see what I'm saying? And as far as Shakur Stevenson, we'll see what he has to say. But Gary Russell, he's a veteran in the sport. He's a great fighter. Shut him up. You know, he keeps saying that he's gorilla-fied and, you know what I mean, dudes can't beat him. I want to see one of these top fighters fight him instead of just trying to laugh him off the room. And what's so fake is you have these fake pro-black people on YouTube and, you know, content creation. They're not going to call this out, right? But they'll make videos about Crawford and Victor Conte. Bro, Victor Conte, at the end of the day, he has a seedy past. So if anyone is doubtful of Crawford working with Snack, you have to understand where that's coming from because of who he's linked to, period. But this is a real fight that not many people are talking about, and Gary Russell deserves more people to be talking about it and pushing for this fight, right? Because what Gary Russell is experiencing with Lamont Roach, where he's just like trying to laugh him out the room, what's the difference between when Canelo Alvarez did the same thing and ducked Jamal Charlo and didn't want to fight David Benavidez and didn't want to fight another black fighter in Demetrius Andre? Andre pulled up and he's like, what's up? You ain't got to fight. Good. Congrats on the Billy Joe Saunders win. What's up with me and you? And then Canelo's like, hey, get the out of here. You fight nobody. And he tried to laugh it off. But there's a real credible fight. You don't have Canelo don't have no problems fighting Average Eardrum and Caleb Smith and a bunch of British fighters and stuff like that. But when Andre pulled up undefeated southpaw, a talented black Cape Verdean fighter, right, with slickness and southpaw stance, Canelo tried to just laugh it off like, what have you done? And again, that's Canelo. He at least is like a face of boxing and a very popular guy. Lamont Roach, who is he to be laughing at all? You ain't Canelo. You're not in a Tank Davis level position, even with your so-called fake win or whatever you think it is from the Tank fight. You're not like this cash cow where you really should be laughing off credible fights. If you guys disagree, which I know y'all don't because I'm the best in the business and it's not even close, but let me know a comment in the comments.